International Space Station and at the other side of the hatch interface aboard Soyuz MS-25 have run ahead of schedule in their leak checks and the pressurization of the vestibule, the small interface, the passageway between Soyuz and the Prichal node module. You see the crew members gathered inside Prichal, ready to greet the newly arrived crew members who docked to the station at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time. Currently, the space station and Soyuz are traveling 260 miles just off the southeast coast of Australia, about to transit the South Pacific on this orbit of the Earth. You see in the middle of your screen the Expedition 70 commander Oleg Kononenko, along with Nikolai Chub. At the far left of your screen, NASA astronaut Laurel O'Hara, ready to greet NASA astronaut Tracy Dyson, Soyuz commander Oleg Novitskiy, and Belarus spaceflight participant Marina Vasileyskaya, who docked to the station's Prichal module flawlessly after an uneventful transit from the launch pad of the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan that began with their launch on Saturday morning atop the Soyuz 2.1A booster. The hatch on the station side of the docking interface is open. We're just waiting for the opening of the Soyuz hatch. Again, all of this happening a few minutes ahead of schedule, since the crew has been extremely efficient in conducting their leak checks post-docking and the pressurization of the vestibule to equalize pressure at both sides of the docking interface. Once the Soyuz hatch is opened and Dyson, Novitskiy, and Vasilevskaya come on board to hugs and handshakes with the Expedition 70 crew, they'll move into the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks from officials gathered on the balcony at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov outside Moscow. We also are expecting some congratulatory words from spacecraft communicator Costa Mavridis, the Capcom here in Mission Control in Houston. Once that's complete, the 10 crew members will gather for a safety briefing, which is commonplace to make sure the newly arrived trio know all of the evacuation routes and all of the evacuation and safety procedures associated with the arrival of any crew that comes on board the International Space Station. This is nothing new for Tracy Dyson, who is about to enter the station for the third time in her career, and Novitskiy, who is about to enter the station for the fourth time in his career. Vasilevskaya, of course, flying as a spaceflight participant under an intergovernmental agreement between Roscosmos and Belarus, is a first-time flyer. She and Novitskiy will be on board the station for 12 days and will be returning to Earth with Laurel O'Hara, who you see in this field of view on the left side of your screen, on April 6th for a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan to wrap up for O'Hara 204 days in space.
Oleg, is the pressure stabilized?
And a quick view of the newly arrived Soyuz MS-25 attached to the Prichal node module on the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station. Again, that's Soyuz arriving at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time, after a perfect rendezvous and docking to the Prichal module. Greeting the Soyuz crew members, along with Kononenko, is Roscosmos cosmonauts Nikolai Chub and Alexander Grabenkin. NASA astronauts Matt Dominic, Mike Barrett, Jeanette Epps, and Laurel O'Hara. Kononenko, the Expedition 70 commander, who's right at that hatchway, is the record holder for most days in space by any human being, and on June 4th will pass the 1,000 day mark in space on this, his fifth flight into space. Again, we're standing by for the opening of the Soyuz hatch. The hatch on the station side of the docking interface between Soyuz and Prichal is open, as you can see. And right behind that Soyuz hatch, Tracy Dyson, Marina Vasileyskaya, and Soyuz commander Oleg Novitskiy.
Oleg, please report the pressure now.
The Oleg that is being referred to through the interpreter from Mission Control outside of Moscow is to Oleg Novitskiy on the Soyuz side of the docking interface as they complete some final pressure checks per the procedures before that hatch will swing open, allowing the three newly arrived crew members to float on board.
Oleg. What is the pressure now? Stand by, please. I had the sound off. 737. Copy.
Again, if you're just joining us, you're looking at the Expedition 70 crew in the Prichal node module of the International Space Station. Oleg Kononenko, the increment commander, is at the hatchway, joined by his other crewmates, about to greet Tracy Dyson, Oleg Novitskiy, and Marina Vasileyskaya. Once that hatch is open, the three newly arrived crew members will float on board. It's been a little over 2 hours since they docked to Prichal at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time. The 10 crew members will gather in the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks that will be provided by dignitaries at the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov and by spacecraft communicator Kosta Mavridis here in Mission Control in Houston. They then will participate in a routine safety briefing that is typical for all newly arrived crew members before moving into a few final activities for the day. The Soyuz crew members will deactivate the Soyuz systems now that it is receiving power from the space station for the duration of its stay on board. That Soyuz MS-25 will be the ride home in September for Kononenko, Chub, and Tracy Dyson. Kononenko and Chub will be wrapping up a year-long mission aboard the station. Dyson will come home in September after a 6-month mission.
Vacuum pressure gauge. Okay.
Novitskiy and Vasileyskaya will be returning home in 12 days with Laurel O'Hara of NASA, who will complete 204 days on the International Space Station. That trio will come home to a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan on Saturday, April 6th.
Copy.
Игнат, может быть, ставить
Ignat?
положение минимума, а то есть температура уже замучилась.
Maybe I can put the switch for cooling and drying in minimum position. Will you object to that? No, we do not object to that. You have a go, Oleg.
Так, установил КР-2 положение минимум.
KR2 valve on the cooling and drying unit is now in minimum position.
Today's arrival of the Soyuz MS-25 and its crew members comes just 48 hours after the docking of the SpaceX Dragon cargo craft on the 30th commercial resupply mission to the station. The Dragon carrying some 3 tons of supplies and scientific experiments to the complex. The hatch was opened Saturday afternoon. Some of the critical cargo was unloaded over the weekend. The crew continuing to unload that cargo ship, which will spend about 5 weeks attached to the International Space Station.
BOSU hatch cover manually. Copy. And as soon as you open the hatch, please stay in communication with us. Copy, will do.
Пообниматься ни с кем нельзя.
We're looking forward to lots of hugging.
Так. Олег, я тогда тебе просто наперед говорю, что надо будет тебе после открытия люка
after you open the hatch, you have to deactivate all the COM assets, remove the extension cable, put on the cap, cover the SU, and on NPU, select the KSPL display on INPO 1 and 2.
Да, хорошо.
Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitskiy wrapping up the configuration of a couple of the Soyuz systems as we stand by for the opening of the hatch to Soyuz and the entrance into the station of NASA's Tracy Dyson, Novitskiy, and spaceflight participant Marina Vasileyskaya of Belarus. And the pressure now equalized between Soyuz and the station, so we should be seeing that hatch swing open any moment now.
Are you ready? Ladies. Ну давай, Марина, ты заходи.
Okay, come in.
Помню, куда ты его положила.
And the Soyuz hatch open at 12:26 p.m. Central Time, 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time, as the station and Soyuz flew 260 miles over the South Pacific.
Иди сюда.
Come here.
Tracy, давай.
Marina Vasileyskaya first in. There is Tracy Dyson of NASA entering the station for the third time.
Да, все хорошо.
Everything's going well.
Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitskiy now in. So, 2 hours and 23 minutes after docking, the station's population has swelled to 10 crew members.
Все.
Down here,
Игнат.
Ignat,
Да, на связи.
go ahead.
На связи.
Yes, go ahead.
Слушай, у нас здесь уже эта конференция видео.
The PO event is coming soon.
Moscow Station, Space to Ground 2. Go ahead.
Конференцию заниматься кораблем.
So how do you think I should deal with this?
Okay, so I can hear Oleg
Well,
is
do the
talking to you.
PO first and then
Why
go
don't you
back to
let
the
him go?
Soyuz
We'll
and
do the greeting
deactivate
and then
the
we'll
comm
do
assets.
the conference. Okay, sounds good. We'll do the general debrief and then the commander will do his part.
Сейчас связь отключу.
Okay, let me turn off the comm.
Once again, the hatch to Soyuz opened at 12:26 p.m. Central Time, 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time. Tracy Dyson, Marina Vasileyskaya, Oleg Novitskiy now on board the complex.
Go ahead.
Смотри, насколько это критично сейчас все сделать с кораблем.
How critical is it to finish everything in the Soyuz prior to the PAO event?
Иди на конференцию.
Okay, do the PAO event first, and then go back to the Soyuz.
Мы там закончим быстро и вернусь обратно, все выключил.
Принято, принято.
Big smile from Tracy Dyson. The crew will be gathering momentarily in the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks
Concur.
from dignitaries gathered on the balcony at the Russian Mission Control Center outside Moscow and from spacecraft communicator Kosta Mavridis here in Mission Control in Houston.
Сейчас проверю у вас атмосферу.
I'm going to check on your side now. Moscow station on space ground 2. Go ahead on space ground 2. This is Nikolai. So I am deactivating the camera in Yes, you're go. And activate it in SM. Copy.
And there's a view from the balcony camera in the Russian Mission Control Center in Korolyov. Again, the crew is on board. They'll be conducting a welcoming ceremony, if you will, along with welcoming remarks from both Moscow and here in Houston before pressing ahead with the rest of their workday, which will include a safety briefing for the crew members on board. That is typical. And then a few other activities associated with deactivating Soyuz systems, drying out their Sokol launch and entry suits that they rode this morning to a textbook rendezvous and docking to the station, with docking occurring at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time. This is Mission Control Houston, a view of the newly arrived Soyuz MS-25 spacecraft attached to the Prichal node module as the station flies 260 miles over the South Pacific. It was a flawless rendezvous and docking just about 2.5 hours ago, and with no issues associated with any systems on the Soyuz or the station. Leak checks were conducted. The vestibule, the passageway, if you will, between Soyuz and Prichal was pressurized, leading to the opening of the hatch just a few minutes ago at 12:26 p.m. Central, 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time. The 10 crew members now in the process of gathering in the Zvezda service module for welcoming remarks.
Go ahead. Sergey, we are in SM, all of us together. So you do you see us or hear? Well, yeah, actually we are receiving the video via SHSS now. We just have the settings screen, seeing the squares on the screen. Both cameras are on ON. Sounds good? Please tell us when you will be ready and we will be able to use the mic. Yes, of course, we will do that. Yes, we are standing by.
So we are standing by for the beginning of the welcoming remarks, and in front, of course, you see Tracy Dyson, Oleg Novitskiy, and Marina Vasileyskaya.
Moscow Station, Space Ground 1, we are seeing the guys on the balcony at MCC Moscow. Copy.
Нет, попробуйте еще раз ШСС, Олег, попробуй ШСС еще.
Олег, try again to call us via SSS.
Нет, пока не слышно микрофон.
No, unfortunately, we cannot hear you via mic. 1, 2, 3, how do you copy me on SSS?
Юрий Павлович, как слышите нас?
Yuri
Yuri
Pavlovich, how can you
Pavlovich, how
hear
do you
us?
copy us?
Ребята, добрый день.
Hello, guys. We are so glad to see you all in great health and in good spirits.
Прекрасная половина экипажа ФП-25.
And we have a wonderful half of our crew.
Коллеги, американские астронавты.
We have our US
Ну, опять же,
crew members,
Александр, Олег.
everyone on the Russian segment,
Мы наконец-то
Nikolai, Alexander, Oleg.
раза, но тем не менее.
So we have arrived, not from the first attempt, but we are here. We did a good job. We had a good mission. And today, the entire crew worked wonderfully. We are so happy to see everyone. And until April 6th, you won't have too much time. You have a very intense schedule. But hopefully, you'll get along very well together. I will not take too much of your time. And I'll just pass the mic to the other speaker. Good morning. Hello, friends. Marina, Oleg, Tracy, and the rest of the crew, our dear American colleagues. We are so happy to see you. We are happy to see you smile. You've done great. All the ground support crew is so proud of you. You've done a great job. And now, with those smiling, happy faces, you're right here in front of us. We wish you a great stay on board the International Space Station. We hope that it is comfortable for you, that you enjoy it, that you make new friends. You are a great team, and you're all great. I want to say a lot of things, but I'm kind of left speechless by the whole awesomeness of you. Marina, welcome aboard. We are so proud of you being here. It is our pride and joy to have you on board the International Space Station. All the best to you, and we will be supporting you from the ground. You'll be in space, and we'll be on the ground giving you all of our support. And hopefully we'll have another chance to speak while you're on the station. All the best to you. Tracy, Marina, Oleg, and others, I am so glad to see you on board the International Space Station. We were all keeping our fingers crossed for you. And when we saw you on board, Marina, you opened the door to Belarus to be in space. So have a great and safe mission. Enjoy your work. Enjoy your time off. We are so proud of you. The whole people of Belarus is proud of you. Hello, all. Hello, can you hear us? Yes. Do you know who is speaking to you? Have you recognized my voice? Well, we see you actually. All of you. We are so happy that you're here supporting us. Hopefully, we didn't make you wait for too long. A couple of days, right? Well, we are so happy that you've made it to the station. We were kind of worried. So why are you not holding any tigers here? Well, apparently we're supposed to bring tigers. Well, you are here with Elen. So we would like to offer our congratulations to you from all of us with the successful trip to the International Space Station. You've made it, and we are so happy for you. It is just incredible joy that we are here and we have an opportunity to talk to you. Thank you so very much.
If you would like, we can translate it.
We don't need an interpreter here. Everyone knows Russian pretty well amongst us. Well then, let me pass the mic to the brother. Well, hello, friends. I offer my congratulations to all of you with arrival to the International Space Station. It is a great holiday in Belarus today. We've been on rooting for Marina, and we are so happy that this historic event has finally occurred. We wish you all to have a great time on board the station, have a successful mission, and when you are back to the ground, we will be waiting for you in the big Moscow circus with all your families. So all the best to you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Ivan Nikolaevich, can someone else hear us? I don't know, I think that the MCC Moscow hears us. Ivan Nikolaevich, I'm so happy that Belarus has made it safely and soundly to the International Space Station. It took us 2 days, but we are in great spirits, and I'm super happy that it went this way. I loved all the aspects of it. So we've arrived to the stars. We are so happy that you are supporting us. It's a great pleasure to us, and it brings strength to us. Thank you very much for being here supporting us.
Is there an interpreter? Только по-английски, but
I will be speaking English.
And we are so grateful for everybody that has helped us get to this point, both through training and execution. And it's great to see all of you sitting there, and we look forward to executing this mission together. Thanks.
Well, we are so happy to see you. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here, talking to us. Nikolai, Oleg, and all the rest of the crew, you guys have a very intense work schedule, so all the best. We will not keep you waiting, so have a great day. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Houston Station on CSS.
And Station, this is Houston. We have a few words from the Houston team. Oleg, welcome back to your second home. We are happy to see you on the station once again.
Oleg, welcome back to your second home.
joined a special group of individuals. Enjoy the experience, and may you inspire more people to do amazing things.
Enjoy the experience, and may you inspire more people to
Tracy,
do amazing things.
it's so great to see your smiling face back on ISS. Everyone here in Houston, including your family and friends in the viewing room, are beaming with pride watching the screen. I'm honored to represent so many folks who care deeply about you and say welcome back to the ISS. Your dedication and hard work is steadfast, and even through the surprises that come your way, but we know that difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. On behalf of the console team, increment team, and your training team, congratulations on your launch and docking to the one-of-a-kind International Space Station.
Congratulations on your launch and docking to the one-of-a-kind International Space Station.
Kose, thank you so much for those words, and thank you for everyone there in Mission Control in Houston, the flight control team, the team in the back room, and everybody there in the viewing room. This has been an incredible journey, one that we weren't quite expecting to last so long in free flight, but we're grateful for the time together because we know now that we're here, we're going to get started with some work. So it's great to be here. It's great to be working with all of you, and we're just thankful for all of your support.
See you guys up there. Enjoy your night. Bye, guys.
This is Mission Control Houston. 2 days behind schedule, but beaming nonetheless. NASA's Tracy Dyson, Soyuz Commander Oleg Novitskiy, and Belarus spaceflight participant Marina Vasileyskaya receiving well wishes and greetings from officials at the Russian Mission Control Center outside of Moscow, as well as from spacecraft communicator Kosta Mavridis here in Mission Control in Houston. The hatch between the Soyuz and the station opened at 12:26 p.m. Central Time, 1:26 p.m. Eastern Time, allowing the 3 newly arrived crew members to come on board. For Dyson, the beginning of a 6-month mission aboard the International Space Station. For Novitskiy and Vasilevskaya, a 12-day sojourn that will result in their undocking on April 6th in a different Soyuz, the Soyuz MS-25, along with NASA's Laurel O'Hara, to bring her home after 204 days in space. So to recap, it just couldn't have been more smooth if it tried, as the Soyuz eased its way into the Prichal docking module port at 10:03 a.m. Central Time, 11:03 a.m. Eastern Time, to complete a 2-day journey that followed a launch abort last Thursday and then a successful launch on Saturday from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. So with the welcoming remarks now having been completed, the crew will press ahead to a safety briefing. They will deactivate Soyuz systems and get on with the rest of their day and the rest of their joint mission aboard the International Space Station. That will wrap up our coverage for today. Dyson, Novitskiy, and Vasilevskaya safely aboard the International Space Station. Thanks for watching throughout the course of the day today. This is Mission Control Houston.